Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining my review of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 6, Episode 10, Disenchanted. So this scene opens with James and Tata moving into her parents' home, and James says he can't picture living with her parents, and I don't blame him at all. That would be a very uncomfortable position to be in. So he's very anxious about what to expect. So their first task is to clean up the room they will be staying in. And James says it literally looks like a prison cell. It's basically a concrete room. So they decided to fix it up a little bit, do some flooring, some wallpaper. They put up a door and they added a bed, and it gave it a little bit of color and and some more personality. So the next morning, we see James go downstairs because he has some gifts. We find out that they have like her sister that lives there as well with her kids and her husband. So there are a total of 7 people that already live there. But James has purchased some gifts from the US and he wants to give them to the kids. So Tata had helped him learn a few words in their language, so that he can like let the kids know he had some gifts for them. So next we see the family pressuring James and Tata to have kids, and James says, doesn't say anything, but Tata says that it's just the culture. When you're married, they pretty much just expect you to have kids. So Tata also says that James doesn't know that Adele, her friend in the US, told her that James doesn't want kids. James doesn't feel as pressured because, he's been doing it. Well, they've been doing it since they were married. He says that he knows his doubts about kids is not going to go over with her family. So I'm really not sure, how they got married without discussing this huge, important event in their lives, like having a child. I mean, if you knew that you weren't going to have children, I think that that would be something you go ahead and express that in the beginning of the relationship. But they didn't, apparently, because now we're here. So Tata says it would break her family's heart if he doesn't want to have kids. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on that and kind of see where that goes. It's not looking good for the family though. So next we have Dempsey and Statler. Dempsey tells us that they christened the van. We didn't need to know that. And then we see them drive to a boot sale. This is something that they call in England, because the trunks of the car in England are called the boot of the car. And because Dempsey has had to downsize, they thought it was a good way to get rid of some stuff. So what that boot sale is, basically you set up a table, you put all your belongings, and you try to sell them to make some extra cash. And then out of nowhere, I feel like Statler likes to pick fights. Maybe the producer is telling her to say stuff. I don't know, but it's completely annoying. These are things that they should talk about before they got in that van. So she decides to pick a fight about the finances and being the only one employed. Dempsey has reminded Statler of when she told her, that she would take care of her. Statler talks about all the debt she is in. Dempsey just feels like she puts her trust in the universe, and wherever she goes, she will find a way to make money. So she doesn't really worry, basically, about getting any job. Next, we see them leaving the boot sale, and once again, they're driving, and Statler is still talking about finances. They stop at a gas station to fill up, and Statler decides she wants to go in there and purchase some food and snacks and things like that. So once Dempsey is done filling up the gas tank, she goes in the gas station to meet with Statler, and also so that Statler can pay for the gas as well. And she does pay for the gas, and Statler is upset, or kind of annoyed that the cost of she's complaining about the cost, which was, I think, 111 US dollars that she spent. So, she's concerned with Dempsey, getting a job to kind of help out. So, again, my opinion is that, did they have any conversation around what this adventure that they're on looks like? Who's paying for what? Like, I feel like they need to record their conversations because they don't remember what each other says, and they constantly keep saying, well, I don't remember saying that, or Statler forgets that what she said to Dempsey or something like that. But anyways, we will see how that goes. And next up, we have Josh and Lily. So we see Josh and Lily talking to the cameras or producers about, a discussion where he asked Lily why he keeps saying this, seeing a flash go off whenever they enter, I believe, the garage. And she doesn't understand. I don't know if she's just acting like she doesn't understand, or she truly doesn't understand what Josh is asking, or what he's saying. But he feels like their communication is getting caught in translation. Um, this is why you really need to know the other person's language when you go and have to live in their country. He feels like um, the communication is getting caught in translation. Josh doesn't like that she keeps reminding him of what she spends on him. And he really doesn't like it. He just hates it. He says it really opens up a wound for him. He begins to get emotional because he doesn't feel she truly hears what he says, what he has to say, because if she did, he feels like, she wouldn't do it. So later we see Lily talk to the producers about not having any faith in their relationship at this point, because of the argument they had the night before. She didn't like his attitude towards her, stating he was extremely, in her opinion, or her words, disgusting. And, she's very upset. So Josh comes down the stairs. It looks like they're just, in other parts of the house, but in the same house. I think she was outside um, in the backyard, and I think he was like in the house in another part of the house. So he comes downstairs, and Lily hopes he is going to acknowledge that he was wrong. And, she tells him, or says to the producer, that, um, or he doesn't feel loved. Um, so we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, I think they don't talk enough either. They do have a language barrier issue. Maybe they need a translator at times to be there. Um, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. And so next up, we have Shekinah and Sarper. So we see Shekinah still at the hotel the next morning. If you don't remember, they did have a little bit of a falling out, an argument the day before. She said that Sarper has been calling continuously. He's been sending her videos where he's apologizing. She then explains why she thinks Harper acted like he did. So, when they left his family the day before, she said she had told him she wanted to go home and give him his gifts. And he says he wants to stop and pick up the vanity because he was starting to panic. And she kind of believes he didn't have a gift to give her. And when she didn't want the vanity because she didn't like it and she said she didn't want it, she believes he just exploded. So next we see Sarper outside having coffee and telling us how he regrets what he did. I personally don't believe he regrets what he did. I think it's just his way of manipulation and trying to get her back into his apartment. I kind of feel like she probably is going to go back with him, but they have a lot to talk about. They don't understand each other's love languages. Um, as I've stated before, I think in the last video, I do think she's a little bit more high maintenance than he probably is used to, or maybe he's used to maybe he's the one that's used to getting all the gifts. I don't know, but it seemed like an afterthought to get her something like once she got in town. Like he didn't think about it in the beginning, so or he didn't think about it before she arrived. So next we have Corona and Ingy. So Corona says they're going to do a video chat with her mom, and Ingy says, yeah, that's cool. And she says, you're excited. And Ingy says, yeah, Corona is a little reluctant because her family is a little in your face and abrasive. And if you're not ready for it, and if you're not ready for that, it can come out as a lot. So she tells Ingy that her mom can't hear well, so really try to pronounce and enunciate his words because she can read lips. She also tells him that her mom is not the gentlest person, so she is apologizing in advance if her mom hurts his feelings. So next we see them on the video call, and her mom just kind of gets right in there to the point and tells Ingy that he knows her. She knows that she knows her as Corona. I mean, Ingy knows her as Corona, and she knows her as Mookie, which is a childhood nickname that she was given. And I guess her mom still calls her Mookie. So Corona's mom tells Ingy she is not a fan of her moving to Iceland. Her sister says that she just wants to reiterate to Ingy that her being a midwife is very important to her. He says, of course, he understands the mom says that, she better finish midwife school, or she's gonna come to Iceland and kidnap her and bring her back to the States. And Ingy just busts out laughing, and her mom is like, did I tell a joke? And yeah. They are night and day from his parents. And I don't know, her and Ingy seem like a really cute, fun couple. But Ingy, I always have an eyebrow raised with Ingy, because I don't know if he just wants a child or does he really want the whole package, her marriage and a child, or what. So it's not, the verdict's not in. No one knows. Only time will tell. And so I just want to thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And on your way out, if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll definitely talk to you later.